Hello, everybody. I'm Tanya Eberhardt, founder of BrandFace. There's a little upheaval going on here, and we want to talk to you guys about positivity, practicality, about what you can do when you think there is nothing you can do, right? So I'll back it up just for a moment. We are BrandFace, and we help business stars and real estate professionals separate themselves from the pack and differentiate themselves, and we do that through personal branding.
Hi guys, I'm Michael Carr. I'm a COO of BrandFace. I was a client before I became a partner in the company. We're the only comprehensive brand building system on the globe, and we're welcome for joining us right here. We got some interesting stuff to talk about here today. We're going to talk about being positive. Very important, I think, in the climate that we're living in these days, and all the things that you can do when you think that you can't do anything. So we are an online business. We've been an online business now for 6 years. There's a whole lot that we could be doing right now while we're all sort of quarantined. We can't go to restaurants. We're not supposed to be at social gatherings and stuff like that. I want to be clear up front. We're doing the prudent thing. Everybody's doing the prudent thing because we want to see this go away. And I think as a nation, we're handling that great, right? But when you turn on the news, all you're seeing is just how horrific everything is. And I'm here to tell you I've survived a lot of downturns in my life. We are going to get past this also, and there's going to be a great amount of opportunity when this downturn shifts, right? So we're not here to predict to you that it's going to be tomorrow or it's going to be next year. We're not here for that. What we're here to talk to you about is what you can do when you think you can't do anything. And now is a great opportunity. We are seeing our phones light up. We're seeing our call centers begin to get people getting interested in it because they're like, okay, now I'm quarantined, but my business needs to continue on. How can I continue to do that? So what I want to do, if it's okay with you, is I want to start off talking about real estate first, because that's my main business. I'm in several different businesses that span the national platform. And so I've got some information that I can give you in the automobile industry, in the automobile auction industry, as well as the real estate on a national level, and as well as marketing on a national and international level, which we'll let Tanya talk about. So look, if you're in the real estate business, or if you're an entrepreneur that is getting into any business right now, one of the things that you can do is, if you have no physical ability to be out, like showings, what we're seeing is a lot of our clients, they're getting requests for showings. Let me be clear about this. We haven't seen that slow down at all. Like that hasn't, but the phone's ringing off the hook for people wanting to see the listings that we have. But we do have some clients that are concerned about people coming into their houses. I get it, right? And so we're trying to educate ourselves as far as that goes of what that looks like. We've had two different sides of the coin. We have some people that are saying, okay, they can come in, but our agents have shown up with rubber gloves, booties, and Lysol. Right, being prudent, and it probably should make some videos about that, spraying the guys down or whatnot when they go and leave and come back out or whatnot. We've had a few of our people decide that that's okay, but we've had some others that don't want to do it. So what we have offered is virtual tours. We've offered the ability to go and show those to people so they can still see that it's online, and so we can encourage them to get contracts. Because being in North Atlanta, guys, I can tell you something. We just came off of a record February, and we're inside of a record March. We're going to finish that up with a record number. And then obviously we've been building our pipeline for April, May, and June, right? Like you're supposed to be doing. And they look positive also, although they may be forestalled a little bit, but the demand is still there. So how else can we handle this? I've been encouraging people that in their farming area, what they need to be doing is learning the inventory in that farming area, because we have a backlog of buyers. This is the same across the nation. Our BrandFace clients, we've got them in 41 states. The demand hasn't even slowed down. We actually just talked to one of our clients who is at ground zero, like ground zero in Seattle.
Just a few miles from the nursing home that was first impacted by COVID.
Like just a few miles from it. And they do have some things they're overcoming, like closings actually. Are there going to be a live closing? Which they have to be. So, how are they handling that? But she said the demand has not slowed down at all. I know here in the Atlanta marketplace, we got several buyers that we're trying to get contracts on properties. And every time we're calling somebody, it's under contract, right? And so we're trying to keep those rails moving. I want to suggest that you do the same thing. So what I tell my agents is, while you're sitting at home here and you've been trying to build your business, learn your farming area and the inventory in your farming area, because that's really good. Another thing you can do is, if you don't have your YouTube channel, no matter what business you're in, get your YouTube channel up and going. This is a perfect time to be creating content to show your expertise, because that is huge when it comes to building your online presence. Now you've got the time to do it. And hey, don't think, you know what, I've shot 15 videos today, you know, that's too much. You don't have to release them all today. You can time them out, but you could go ahead and shoot them while we're all sort of in lockdown mode, hoping this thing goes away. And so you really want that to show your real estate focus. And then you also want to show your content that is valuable to people. And I suggest that you be very positive, folks, because let me tell you something. We're Americans. We're going to overcome this, right? And we're going to champion it, not just for America, for the entire world stage. How we handle this will show and lighten us for the whole world stage, right? So be positive. This is going to pass, folks. I promise you. And so we want to keep that upbeat with your YouTube videos and stuff. And we suggest being contrary to the market. Don't make it a lot about COVID-19. Make it about what you know, because number one, when this does pass, then you're going to have all that content that's going to be able to be used over and over and over and over again. I want to finish with this, and I'll let Tanya talk. I've talked to my bankers. I have bankers across the nation. I've talked to the bankers. Nobody's seeing a slowdown in applications right now. That's super big, folks. We're seeing the same with mortgage brokers. We just talked to a client in St. Pete, Florida, in the Tampa Bay area, and he says that that he's been putting in contracts with people, and that his lender has gone so far as to say, look, we've already got them completely through underwriting. We have a very strong client right here. Why don't you start producing your contracts in cash? Let me tell you what that really tells us, folks. It tells us that the mortgage business is still backing business moving forward. I did an auction today. I sold cars for Honda Finance, and I sold them across the nation. We were down 20% on the sale as far as sales go, but I want you to keep something in mind. The sale that I was working did not allow any live bidders in there. 80% of our sales come from live bidders, and our total sale was only down 20%. What that tells me is that it was a very successful sale, because a lot of people were buying online that are not used to buying online. They didn't really know. And I can tell you that retention level, mitigation levels were equal to and on par for what we normally see. Finally, I'll end with this. I have a lot of friends with big dealerships, big Toyota dealerships and Chevrolet dealerships. And the ones in Atlanta are only down a few units, okay? All of this tells me, folks, that business is still behind us driving like this. The economy wants to stay strong and is hungry, and it has never been a better time for you as a business owner or a real estate professional to get your name out there, okay? So I encourage you to do this.
Yep. And I want to start. Will you hand me that sign right there, please?
Yes.
I pulled this off the bathroom wall in the office. We are all faced with a series of great opportunities, brilliantly disguised as impossible situations. Guys, we are the land of opportunity here, and that's what we want to talk to you guys about today. We want you guys to handle this situation with prudence. Pay attention to things, take care of yourself and those around you, and figure out creative and safe ways to continue to do business. And one of the things that Michael mentioned earlier is we're getting an influx of calls right now because there are people out there who want to, who have wanted to help develop their brand and develop and define their story more clearly. And yet things have been moving so fast, they haven't had a chance to even think about it, or let alone let it process. Mm-hmm. So now they're taking the opportunity to do that while things in some markets are slower than others. In some markets, they're not slowed down at all. We get that. Mm-hmm. But in some markets, they are slower than others. And so this is the time that those folks are taking the opportunity to define their own brand and story and figure out, their direction. Like, what direction do they want to go in, and how are they going to prepare for that direction? So the other thing is, if you already have a really strong, solid, defined direction, and you haven't had time to create content to put out there, this is the time to create that content, because keep in mind, content is multi-purpose and it is also perpetual, right? Well, in the marketing world, we call it evergreen content, right? Some of it will be evergreen, which means the same advice applies 5 years from now. Some of it will be advice for today and for some of the things we're going through today. But keep in mind, this is an opportunity for you to focus on the solutions. Don't worry about perfection. Focus on the solutions. So one of the things that our clients are doing, whether they're real estate professionals or business owners and entrepreneurs, is they're taking this time, if their businesses, brick and mortar cannot accept people through the doors, or they don't want to go into other people's homes or businesses, they're taking the time to virtually connect. Just like we're doing right now, guys. Think about it. How many years ago? It wasn't too many years ago that we did not have this opportunity to get, quote, face to face with somebody and hear their story and learn from them and be educated about something. And now we have the ability to do that. So whatever it is that people need to know about real estate right now, let's face it, we just came off a 1 o'clock webinar that we've been doing for 6 years for real estate professionals that we consult and we coach with their personal branding. And the one thing that we told them and shared with them is that people right now that were looking to buy or sell, their desire has not been eradicated. If they desired to sell their home or buy a new home, that desire is still there. It's still there for them. It's our job to help them figure out, how do we make this happen? And guess what? Who's more equipped to do that than our real estate professionals, right? You know how to make this happen for them. Let's get creative. Let's make it happen. Don't let people let go of their dreams. Keep their dreams alive and keep it moving forward and saying, you know what, these may be trying times. And even though this particular listing, this particular home, that homeowner doesn't want a bunch of people going through their house, hey, I'll go there for you. I'll do a virtual tour. Let's just connect live on Facebook Live, or better yet, I'm going to do a tour through Zoom or through Facebook Live or something. You promote it in advance and you say, hey guys, one of the hottest listings on the market. It's not going to last very long. 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to be doing a walkthrough personally. I'm going to show you the entire home. And so as many people as jump on as you want to jump on and learn about this, here are a couple of highlights that will really entice them to want to join you tomorrow at 2 p.m. So use these platforms that we have the ability to use. It's kind of like, I'm going to show my age here, but it's kind of like the Jetsons, guys. Remember the Jetsons? It's like years ago, we never thought this day would exist, where all of a sudden it's like, boom, we can time travel, right? Well, it's not like time travel, but the point is, I used to want to be in one of those little capsules that the Jetsons flew around in space in. And if you equate where we are now in technology to those times we're sitting as kids watching a cartoon on TV and we're dreaming of that day, in some ways we're here. We're right here. We don't have to physically walk through something or physically be somewhere in order to learn and to figure out and make a decision about what we want to do. So just keep those things in mind as you move forward. Just to recap what we talked about today, obviously Michael's in real estate, so a lot of this is real estate focused because we're hearing those challenges right now. And if you can't do physical showings or limited physical showings, do virtual live tours. For the showings where you are able to go inside the home, be prudent, put the booties on, the gloves, the sanitizer, all of that, be respectful and be safe. And then create content that helps your customers understand what's going on and understand, hey, real estate hasn't stopped. We just got to figure out a different way to get you to see that home, right?
That's a big key.
It is a big key. It is. And then finally, from the personal branding side of things, this is the time for those of you whose markets have slowed a little, or you're home with the kids, whether it's slowed a little or not, you're stuck at home with the kids, to figure out ways to define your brand and direction and create that content that you honestly have been wanting to create for a long time and have not had the time to do it yet. So I'll stop there and thank you so much for joining us today, and I'll let Michael close us out.
Yeah, folks, listen, over here at BrandFace, we know that it's about prosperity, and we're not just talking about money. We're talking about the whole 360 of the abundant life. We're encouraging you to stay positive, folks. I promise this is going to pass. And here at BrandFace, we know that prosperity favors the bold. So we say be bold, and be bold with your brand, folks. Be bold out here in the face of this. There's plenty of things that you can be doing online when you think you can't do anything. And thank you, Ms. Tanya.
Thank you, Michael. Be the leader, guys. Be the leader out there. Okay? Everybody have a safe and wonderful rest of your day.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.